hard, we stay hungry, we devour, put in work, put in the hours, and take what's ours. Black and Samoan in my veins, my culture big and strange. I treat my game, so what's my last name? The Rock. Name Rock.
Who snorted? So we's going to come to the Fiaola store. They have Samoan food to get some fasipovi, but they're closed. Oh no! Let me read the sign here. It says, oh, they're closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. Welcome back, my friend. Manuia le Chrisimasi, everyone. It is almost Christmas. Today's actually the 21st, which is another holiday that my ancestors used to celebrate called Yule. Y-U-L-L. It's a Scandinavian holiday. And on that holiday, they make a lot of pork and pork-type meals. So I'm going to make some country ribs wrapped in bacon. And today I'm also going to make some PALUSAMI casserole. I love PALUSAMI, and I'm going to show you that next. Here we go. So first we have the country ribs. These are bone in. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 big ones of those. Then these are the country style pork ribs without the bone, because my youngest one don't like eating stuff off a bone. So, all right, now let me get the bacon. Okay, first what we're going to do is take a piece of the bacon, grab one of the country ribs, and we're just going to roll it around till it wraps around and hugs it like a baby hugs a blanket. I'm going to do all 4 of the bone-in ones this way. This is a tradition we started doing about 6-7 years ago when I got my DNA test results back and found out that I'm mostly Scandinavian. So we kind of like to do Samoan tradition and Scandinavian tradition when we can. And Yule, which falls on the winter solstice, which means the start of the daylight coming back. Time for the harvest and everything. Back in the old days, that's what people celebrated it for. And also the word Yule was tied in with Christmas later on, like the Yule log and Yule tidings. So we've got the 3 wrapped. The other 2 pieces, I think I'm just going to lay them across for good measure. Now, before we put these in the oven, or I mean in the refrigerator for a while to chill for a couple hours, we are going to, of course, add every Samoan's favorite sauce, and mine too, soy sauce. So again, using less sodium. Again, fight heart disease. Try to keep away from as much salt as you can. And you're just going to drizzle some on here. You do not need to marinate this overnight or in a giant bucket of soy sauce. But I know people love to do that. But, you know, I'm thinking of your health. I want you all to live long and healthy lives. Next, we're going to add some salt and pepper. Well, not salt per se. But we're going to put pepper on everything. Not too much. If you've watched a couple of my videos, you know I love adding seasoning. This is onion powder. Just a little bit. One of my favorites, garlic powder. And I add this a little bit more. Boy, garlic sure does add a beautiful aroma and a wonderful taste to anything you pretty much can cook. And a little bit of salt. And again, I use no salt. So it's sodium free. It's so much better for your heart. And there we go. Now I'm going to put it in the refrigerator to chill for a couple hours. And I'm going to start making the PALUSAMI casserole. Okay, now I'm going to start on the PALUSAMI. So I've got some, I don't have taro leaves. So here in the United States, when we don't have that, we use spinach. Believe it or not, spinach tastes just like taro leaves. Of course, taro leaves is much more fun because you get to wash them and clean them and scrub them in cold water to get those little bristles off so your throat don't get too numb and all that good stuff. But long ago, I believe Samoans that lived in the United States, especially in remote places, maybe Minnesota, South Dakota, or wherever where they don't have stores where they can easily get taro leaves or have them shipped to them, they also realized that spinach tastes exactly like taro leaves. Pretty cool. So let's put in a little bit of to line the bottom of the casserole dish. We'll put in a few onions on both of them. The reason why I'm making separate ones is because my wife and my oldest daughter likes the one with the mackerel, the palagi, and I like mine with shrimp, and I like mine with the little spices added to it. So I'm gonna add a little milk on each side. And let me get some of the fish. Okay, I grabbed the mackerel. This is going to get messy because I'm going to use my hand, but basically I'm going to try to peel off the little bit of bone in the middle there. Feel for any more other ones, and it feels good. And just kind of break it up in there. I'm not a fan of mackerel normally. My wife and daughter are, though. So let's get a good layer here for the base layer. There we go. Once I'm done layering it, I'm actually going to stir it up a little bit. But I am trying to make a casserole, so sometimes I'll do it layered. Let me clean my hands off. Okay, for mine, I'm going to add some shrimp. These are nice sized shrimp. They're not too big. Still have their tail on, but I can pick that off when I'm eating it. Or if it's crunchy enough, I'll just eat it. Let's put in like, well, let's put 6 in here on that layer. All right. So there we have both of the first layers done for both of them. Okay, for the palagi palusami casserole, I'm going to go ahead. I decided to do it, like season it by layer. So let's put some cracked pepper in there. We'll do it on my shrimp side too. There we go. We're going to add some salt. Oh, is it open? There we go. And I'm a bigger saltaholic than my wife and daughter are, so I add extra to mine. There we go. Now we'll do a little onion powder. Don't need much because there's onions in there. Just a little. And a little garlic powder. And I put a little heavier on mine because I love garlic powder. There we go. And one other major difference that I won't be doing for theirs is I'm going to use crushed red peppers. These are actually Asian crushed red peppers, so they are spicier than your normal ones you'd find in an Italian restaurant, or get those little packets from your pizza. There you go. Okay, the second layer is going to be basically the same. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm not going to film doing the second layer. I'll just come back when I have the second layer done on both. So there we go. They're both done. I'm telling you right here, they're not cooked yet, and they already smell delicious. I wish you were here to smell it with me. Ah, there. We need smell-o-vision, right? Let me get this one in here. So what I'm going to do is put some foil over it initially. I'm going to cook it at 350, the same temperature I'm going to be cooking my ribs with that I showed you earlier. I'm going to just put them all in the oven together. Hopefully they're all fit. And I'm putting on a tint of aluminum because I want it to steam and wilt down the spinach. But at the end, I like to take the foil off because I like a little crust on the top, like a little thickness. And having it direct heat without the foil helps do that. All right, we're seeing about an hour. Oh, and by the way, you can see I put a ton of more mackerel on top, so it's really loaded. If you like palagi, this one's for you. And I also threw 3 shrimps just to make it look pretty for good measure. And I just dumped a whole bunch of shrimp. The remaining ones I had bought today at the seafood market. And of course covered it with my spices. All right, let's put it in the oven. And we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, here's my wife's palusami casserole. And you can see it's nicely toasted on the top. I took the foil off with a few minutes to go. Mine I already stirred it up. So I'm going to use a strainer like this. Oh, that looks delicious. We'll see you in a minute. And there's my wife's plate. I hope she enjoys that. How is it?
Awesome.
Did you try the palusami yet?
Mm-hmm.
Dig in. See, this is my oldest daughter. She's home from Duke University in North Carolina. What? Got the palusami with the, what do you call that stuff again? Not mackerel, but it's called, what's it called? Palagi. The palagi and the bacon wrapped country rib. And my wife's eating some rice. That. Is it nice? And of course my kid's hiding. And my daughter has a new hairdo. She's got some, what do you call this stuff? What is that stuff?
Hair dye.
Dye. Because she wanted to be Pink. So she's going to start singing rock and roll songs or whatever Pink sings, right?
Maybe.
And then my youngest one right there, I don't know why she's being shy. She is the biggest ham off camera. All right. I'm going to go serve up my plate. And I want to wish you all a happy Yule. And thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. And we'll see you next time. Fafatai for watching. Peace.